Assalam welcome. It was the month of Muharram and the atmosphere was so gloomy. Everywhere there was the noise of processions, slogans or praises of Hussein and women wrapped in black clothes with dupattas on their heads. Somewhere someone was bleeding himself with a chain and somewhere someone was attacking his chest with a chain. When I saw all these scenes, an immense hatred arose inside me and I thought that these people are infidels. Then I had also heard that on the night of 10th Muharram, all the men and women gather in the Imam Barga and do such stupid things that no one can even imagine. There was a Shia girl in our class. I often used to argue with her about the Shias that why do you people do such stupid things? She said that till when do you believe in hearsay? This time go with me and see what the real truth is. On the 10th of Muharram, my friend took me to the Imam Barga. I was feeling a strange restlessness. My heart was crying tears of blood. Suilai said that you will feel very relieved after listening to Shami Gariba. All your restlessness will end. When I reached there, only Shia men and women were present there. Suddenly a man said loudly, "Turn off the lights." As soon as the lights were turned off, my heart sank because someone told me that my name is Asiya. My father was the imam of the mosque in the locality and I am also a Hafiz Quran, alhamdulillah. I had only one brother who was now the muazzin in the mosque and used to teach Quran to the children in the evening. Our family was very religious from the beginning and was very strict about salat. Everyone in my family had studied up to matric from government schools. Because I was very intelligent in studies and when the matriculation results came, I had topped the exam. That is why Abu distributed sweets to all the namazis who came to the mosque that day. I wanted to study further. When I expressed my desire to Abu, he got into deep thought. He said that the college is very far from here. How will you go? And son, it is not the custom of our family to study so much. But when big tears started flowing from my eyes and came on my cheeks, Abu hugged me and gave permission to study. That day was the happiest day of my life. I took admission in the college and started studying with full heart. People belonging to different religions were also present in the college. I became friends with Aisha, who was a girl from our locality and was very cheerful and happy-natured. Within a few days we became friends. A new girl started sitting on the next bench in our class. Her name was Fatima Batul. She was a very soft-spoken and well-mannered girl. I had never tried to approach her. One day when the college was over, it was extremely hot. The water I had with me had finished. Then Fatima took out the bottle from her bag. Then I could not resist. I picked up my glass and went to her and said, "Can you give me some water?" On my question she looked at me for the first time. Before she could say anything, Aisha held my arm and turned me back and said in shock, "What were you going to do? You have gone mad." She had started drinking water from a Shia girl. I was shocked when I heard Aisha's words. I glanced at that girl. I had no idea that she was a Shia. I told Aisha, "So what if she is a Shia? She has just asked for water. What is the big deal?" She immediately said, "Do you even know what she might have mixed in the water? Who knows if she has mixed something that will make you a Shia after drinking it?" I listened to Aisha. I started looking at her face in frustration. I couldn't help but utter the words, "Astaghfirullah." My existence trembled. I looked at Aisha with contempt. Then Aisha said, "If your father comes to know that you have asked for water from a Shia, he will destroy you." I had distanced myself from that girl as if she had some serious illness. I left the college with Aisha without drinking water. Aisha said to me, "Do you even know that we call them infidels? These people do such things that you should be ashamed. I feel ashamed even telling you about such things." We had been hearing this since childhood and our thinking had become firm that whatever Shia people make like nayas etc., God knows what all they mix in it. Apart from this, when the night of 10th Muharram comes, they do Shami Gariba. That night all Shia men and women gather together in a big room. Then they do bad things. When I heard my mother and aunt saying this for the first time I was 12 years old. Obviously, this age is full of suspicion. When I got to know, my thinking became firm on that. Hatred started growing in my heart automatically. What kind of people were these? Who called themselves Muslims? But then everyone used to do bad things together in Shami Gariba. Weren't these people Muslims? They were not believers in one God. I had also mentioned this to Aisha, that did they not follow the orders of God? Do these people not read the Quran Majid? When God has forbidden all these things, that there should be a veil between a man and a woman. There are some principles of mahram and nahram. Then how can these people do this? If these people are so dirty, then why are they called Muslims in our rule? Why are they not called non-Muslims? Aisha, after listening to me, said that is why we call them kafir, because they themselves kill and cry and do such wrong things that we cannot even think of. That is why I was stopping you, Fatima. Their Quran Majid is different, which has 40 paras. These people even take out a horse on 10th Muharram. And in our place it is believed that when these people make chicken rice or biryani etc., they add the shit of that horse in it. And moreover, they are not even Hafiz of the Quran. They have their own different religion. When I heard Aisha's words, then once again hatred started growing in my heart. Muharram al-Haram was about to come. As the 10 days of Muharram were coming closer, in our place there was a lot of violence against the Shias. The talks and accusations also started increasing. Often Aisha and I used to talk tauntingly against Fatima, while our daughter Fatima used to listen to everything in front of us. But she never replied back, nor did she say bad things about our beliefs in response. Once Aisha said, see, if she was truthful, she would have definitely replied back. But she does not have any answer. Now what answer will she give? On hearing this, Fatima turned and started looking at us. A smile came on her face. She started saying that our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has said that for a person to be a liar, this proof is enough that he hears something and starts spreading it further without verifying it. I was shocked to hear this from Fatima. What did it mean? This was the order of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in which he was saying that a person is a liar who hears something and starts spreading it further without verifying it. Weren't all these things verified? A new thought was born in my mind. The days of Muharram al-Haram had begun. If I came home and asked something, my father would scold me and make me quiet and say that you should not interfere in these matters. These people are misguided and keep misleading others too. I don't know what kind of magic they have that whoever stays with them or goes to the places built by them changes his belief. I was very afraid of my father. Some days started passing. But this thing was not going out of my heart. Therefore, I don't know why I felt that I should talk to Fatima. I should know her beliefs, because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's order that one should not attach any importance to anyone without verification had been worrying me for many days. One day Aisha was silent. She said to Fatima, "Have you not read the Quran Majid?" Hearing my words, she quietly looked towards me and said, "Why are we not Muslims?" I was 5 years old when I finished the Quran Majid for the first time. When I heard Fatima's words, I started looking at her carefully. I said, "I had heard that your Quran is of 40 paras." After listening to me, she said that the Holy Quran, which was revealed to our beloved Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, has been divided into 3 parts, and each part is called para. After listening to her, my curiosity was increasing. I said, "Do you believe in God?" She started telling me everything. Yes, we believe in one God. We believe in his 124,000 prophets. And we believe that whoever associates someone with God or changes his religion, that person becomes a kafir, non-believer. I was starting to get attracted towards Fatima. But suddenly, Abu's words came to my mind that Shias are magicians. They trap people in their words and the other person just keeps watching. But Fatima did not look like a magician to me at all. Despite this, I had many questions in my mind, and she was answering each of them very politely. Finally I asked her, "What is this Shami Gariba? And what do you people do there?" She became quiet after listening to me. She said, "I want you to go with me on 10th Muharram and see for yourself what happens in Shami Gariba. What do all of us Shias do together in Shami Gariba?" When I heard Fatima's words, I jumped up and moved several steps away from her. I said, "My father will break my head. How can I go to Sham Gariba with you? What if something bad happens to me there?" Fatima said, "All this is your thinking. Anyway, it is your wish. If you want to go with me on the evening of 10th Muharram, Then definitely tell me. Unless you see everything with your own eyes, you will not believe it. I had paid attention to Fatima's words. That day when I went home, I was lost in this thought. When I prayed after reading namaz, Shami Gariba came to my mind. I opened the Quran and started reciting it. But Fatima's words were not going out of my mind. It seemed as if she had really cast a spell on me. I started to control myself by reading Ayatul Kursi. But my mind was not moving away from that thought. Next day when I went to college, Aisha had also come. I did not talk to Fatima in front of her. But I wanted to tell her my condition. I even told her that what kind of spell have you cast on me since yesterday that I am not getting peace. My heart says to watch Shami Gariba, but my mind stops me thinking that you will be ruined. Fatima made me sit next to her. We were in the canteen. She made me sit close to her and started telling me the childhood incidents of Rasul's grandson sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As I kept imagining, my restlessness started decreasing. Finally Fatima said, after 4 days at 10 o'clock, "It is Muharram. You come with me. I will come to your locality to pick you up." I don't know why I agreed to go. I just wanted to see the reality with my own eyes. The day of 10th Muharram was coming closer and Quran Khani was arranged at our place and not mehfils were arranged. When the day of 10th Muharram came, I was fasting because fasting on this day is considered very blessed. I was busy in shopping. I was not able to understand what excuse I should make to leave the house. My father had forbidden everyone that no woman should go out of the house this evening. I thought for a while, and for the first time in my life I came to lie to my father. Father was sitting in front of me. I said, "Father, there is Quran Khani at my friend Aisha's place. She has specially invited me to come. So should I go to her place?" When Abu heard this, he said, "Yes, she is the daughter of one of my dear ones, so you should go. I will drop you and come, and when you want to come back, call me." I nodded yes, and I had my mobile with me. Called Fatima. Bai dropped me near Aisha's house just before Maghrib. Fatima had already reached there. Her house was 10 minutes away from our locality. She was wearing Shia attire and Shia was clad in burqa. She asked me, "Why are you wearing this white sheet? Don't you know today is 10th Muharram and you are going to the Majlis of Shami Gariba? Here I have brought a black sheet for you." I obeyed him and immediately wrapped myself in the sheet. I don't know what was going to happen to me next. There were strange thoughts in my heart. Whereas Fatima was at peace. She held my hand and started taking me with her. It was a Shia locality which came after our locality. There were big banners everywhere. My being was trembling. I felt like leaving everything and running away. But I couldn't do that. Images were forming in my mind. It was said that bad things are done here. I was scared thinking about my honor today. My parents will kill me. Tears were coming in my eyes due to fear. But there was no way left to go back. I entrusted my honor to God and started moving forward. Many women and men were going there. All were dressed in Shia attire. Fatima took me inside where women were sitting on one side. We also sat there. After a while, her mother and sisters also came. Fatima introduced me to them and they welcomed me very happily. But I was feeling suffocated. I wanted to run away from there. Immediately after Maghrib, a man's voice echoed on the loudspeaker. The one who started saying that all the lights should be put off now. My heart had reached the slightest. As if I could see my death. I asked Fatima what was going to happen now. A thought came to my mind that now the men would move towards the hungry women like chains. But as soon as it became dark, a man started reciting the verses of Karbala on the loudspeaker. Tonight is Sham Gariba. This is the night when the grandson of Rasul Kuda sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the heart of Rasul, the leader of Jannat, Imam Hussain ibn Ali Begor Ghafan, was martyred alone on the burning sands of Karbala. The atmosphere was silent. The room was immersed in darkness. Every heart was beating. The voice continued. That Hussein for whom the Prophet had said Hussein mini wa Ainul Hussein. That Hussein who sacrificed everything for the survival of Deen Mohammadi. After martyrdom when he came down from Zuljana in a state of prostration. When nobody came to help, a brute like Shermar came forward and committed such cruelty that the earth trembled. The sky was ashamed. Hussein's head was separated from the body. The sobs of many women started resonating. But the voice continued. The dead body was lying alone. In the field of Karbala, a body had 33 wounds of arrows and 34 wounds of sword, and on which more than 100 wounds had been inflicted by sword. The clothes were torn to pieces and river of blood had flowed from the body. But the cruelty did not stop here. Shirmar ordered the army to run horses over his body, and the Yazidi soldiers did the same. The people with hearts as big as mountains did not tremble even when the body of the leader of heaven, Athar, was crushed under the hooves of horses. The chest was blown away. The chin was crushed. The face was disfigured. When the grandson of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was martyred, not a single man was left, except the elder son of Imam Hussain who was ill at that time. Everyone except Imam Zainul Abidin was martyred. This was the same Hussein for whom the sky had stopped the sun, and today the earth was feeling cursed as to why such cruelty was done to it. The women present in the tents started crying. When the Yazidi army came towards the tents, and the tents were set on fire. He had no brother, no daughter, no niece and no nephew. All had been burnt in the desert. When the tents caught fire, all ran outside shouting, Ya Hussein. The elder sons of Imam Hussain were present in one of the tents. When Sayyida Zainab saw her nephew's tent burning, she came out carrying his sick nephew on her shoulders so that she could save the last remains of her mother. Many laborers and children were burnt in this rush and fire. Her 4-year-old daughter Bibi Sakina, whose burqa had caught fire, was crying and calling for help by taking her Baba's name. The tents had been engulfed in darkness. The innocent girl went near Baba's dead body and kept crying. Showing her wounded ear and burnt kurta, she kept saying, Baba, I have become an orphan. Shirmar stole the earrings, burned the tents. Then some loyal people came and silently buried Hussein as. But by then Sajadas was tied in chains. The wives were helpless and the children had become orphans. Wife Sakina slept hugging her father's dead body, and that is when her breath stopped. Then after a few moments of silence, there was nothing in the room except hiccups, sobs and tears. In the darkness, everyone felt as if they were present in Karbala. Asia's heart was burning and she was trembling in Fatima's lap as if the truth of years was being revealed to her at this moment. This scene is called Sham Gariba I Evening of the Poor. And when this evening of 10th Muharram is described as scene of Kashi, the lights are turned off so that the listeners' minds connect with the scene of Karbala at this moment. When I heard all this, my being was trembling. Tears were not stopping from my eyes. I was sobbing. I was crying. I could not tolerate the atrocities committed on the grandson of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I uncontrollably said hello to his community millions of times. It was dark for 30 minutes. Then it became light. All the women were crying. There was a separate arrangement for men and women to sit. When the gathering of Shami Gariba ended, many facts were revealed to me. I was feeling very relaxed. I had followed the order of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and I had learnt that it is wrong to find accusations without investigation, and neither should lies be spread until the reality is seen with one's own eyes. On the way back I asked Fatima, does all this happen every year? Fatima replied in a low tone, yes, 14 centuries have passed. But every year we relive the same sorrows, so that the world does not forget what it is like to stand up against oppression. I used to think that I do not know what you people do. And what I saw today shook my faith. A silent gleam came in Fatima's eyes. There was a place in your heart to accept the truth. Asiya, otherwise even a lamp is dim in front of the blind. Asiya bowed her head and said in a whisper, please forgive me. I do not know how many things I had thought about you and your religion. A slight smile came on Fatima's lips. One should never feel ashamed in reaching the truth by holding someone's hand. Asiya, you have made this journey on your own. I was just the path. Fatima had safely left me at some distance from my mother and brother's house. I did not say anything. I came home silently. All the filthiness had vanished from my mind. I don't know how people act upon such things even in today's times. They just bring back the memories of Karbala and have been doing so for the last 1,400 years. Tears were rolling down my eyes. Anyway, the reality of Sham Gariba had been revealed to me. I could not change everyone's thinking, but I had decided that when I will have children, I will not incite them against any sect but will tell them the reality. I will teach them to respect everyone. This is the lesson of Islam. The truth cannot be hidden. The truth cannot be suppressed. The infidels of Mecca used to accuse the Najbul Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam of being a magician. Whoever goes to them becomes a Muslim. In fact, that person becomes aware of the reality. Therefore, he becomes a Muslim. I had not changed my belief. I just changed my thinking. But after this Muharram, I started spending most of my time in every Muharram in reading Karbala from Dini Kutab and reading the lives of Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Muhammad.